Good morning and welcome to your daily creative writing practice. I'm Rachel and I will be your guide today. We're live from my studio in San Diego, California, and I'm improvising as I go, which includes creating the prompt, interpreting it, and writing along with you so you can watch my words fill the screen. If you're ready, go ahead and grab your favorite writing device and let's start by introducing today's prompt. Today's prompt is roll the dice. So let's get started by rolling our die 3 times. Our first number is going to be the number 5. The next number is number 1. So we have 5, 1. Oh, 5, 1, and 1. 5, 1, and 1. We can interpret this as a 7. We could interpret this as $5.11. We could interpret this as $1.15. We could say that this was someone who is 51 years old plus 1 year, 52. Lots of different ways we can interpret this. So let's take a look at some specific ideas. Let's say you want to take this in a creative writing direction. One idea, of course, is to go with number 7. You can take the lucky number 7. You could write about someone who is lucky. Perhaps they found a shamrock. Maybe they stumbled across some gold coins. Or maybe in my case, as a jewelry buff, maybe they stumbled across a 14-karat solid gold ring. Maybe they got a card in a card game that was number 7 and it completed a lucky hand for them. Or perhaps the $5.11 was just the right amount they needed to win a bet or enter a contest. Or do many different things. Let's look at this also in a personal journaling standpoint. You could journal about a time that you felt lucky. You could share a story about when you were 7 years old. You could write about something that you bought that was under $5.11 that you really enjoyed. Perhaps it was some type of gift exchange that had a $5 budget. In addition, you could also choose to make a list. For a list, you could make a list of things that you think are lucky charms. You could make a list of things that you could buy for $1.15. You could make a list of things that you would do if you found $7 laying on the sidewalk. addition, I also encourage you to consider the wild card. The wild card option allows you to go in any direction that you like. If you saw the pink die and were inspired by this, go in that direction. Perhaps the 5 by itself, perhaps the 11, maybe 511. I'm sure like 911, it's probably a code for something specific. Perhaps you thought of someone who is 51, or someone who is 11, or something completely unrelated to any of the ideas that I've shared. I encourage you to take your writing and choose whichever direction feels the most interesting for you today. Now let's move into our writing practice. While you're writing, you'll also be able to see what I'm writing on my page. After our 5 minutes are up, I'll share why I went in my direction and what I was thinking while I wrote it. In a minute, I'm going to ring the bell. We'll write together for about 5 minutes. When the bell rings again, you'll know the writing time is finished. All right, are you ready? Let's go. And that's the end of our 5-minute writing session. Now let me show you what I was thinking about while I was writing. Here's how I interpreted today's prompt. I decided to start with the number of $1.15, and what came to mind was a creative writing exercise where we have a teenage girl at a donut shop with her friend. And the teenage girl, let's call her Kessa. So Kessa is at the donut shop with her friend, and she orders a coffee and also a glazed maple bar. She knows she only has a quarter in her pocket, but she goes ahead and orders it anyway. She takes a quarter from her pocket and she places it on the counter, and the cashier says it's $1.15. So she starts to sweat because she knows she doesn't have the money. And she says to her friend Denise, "Oh, I left my money in my other jeans." And her friend Denise says, "I'm not paying for your forgetfulness." Kessa says, "But it's only $1. I'll pay you back." "No," says Denise through a mouth of chocolate crumble cake. "Just water then," says the girl. The cashier takes $1 from the tip jar and slides the order to the girl. He winks. "You can pay me back next time." She takes the coffee and the donut and thinks, does she want there to be a next time? That's my interpretation of today's prompt. One line I liked that I wrote was, "His eyes are the color of the glazed maple bar she ordered." This is an interesting character sketch where you might start to wonder, did she go there with a quarter deliberately? Why did her friend Denise say no? Does the girl do this often? Is she used to getting something for a quarter all the time? Or does she really not have much money and just really wanted a donut and some coffee? If you would like, you are welcome to share what you wrote today in the comments. But if you'd rather keep it private, that's perfectly fine too. I'd love for you to join me again tomorrow. I'll be posting a new writing session every weekday. And if you'd like to keep writing together, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Tomorrow is Thursday, so our prompt will be this or that. And Friday, we will have Spin the Wheel. Thank you again for writing with me today, and I will see you tomorrow.